Hey guys, I'm just going live here. Let's see. This is my first time to do YouTube live. It's my first live vlog on YouTube. Pretty excited about this. Now, some of you have seen my modular synth vlogs. I do silly vlogs. I go to Six Flags for Fright Fest kind of vlogs. I go to like places that mean something to me and don't really mean anything to anybody else, but I like them. So this is the first time I've done this live though, so I'm kind of excited. This is my modular synth. It's been a project of mine for a few years. Haven't really gotten anything new lately, but it's in a setup that I really enjoy. So starting at the bottom, I've got the Liveforms KB1 from Pittsburgh Modular as my control, as for like key control and trigger control. Then I have an attenuator in between that and the submix from whatchamacallit, low gain. I've got the low gain submix, which is awesome, and then I've got an IntelliGel, I guess micro jack or U jack audio out. Above that, I've got the Moog Mother 32 next to the Curtis filter from Dave Smith and a Qubit RT60 effects processor and a Doper dual VCA. Above that, I've got an ADSR from Blue Lantern. I've got two subcon modules. I've got the Vampire and the Voice Tail, Kevin Key's modules there. Next to that is a Laurentide Synthworks VG2. It's a gate, Vactral gate, which is really cool. Next to that is Tip Top Audio 1, the Throbbing Gristle Edition sampler. And next to that is my Ornaments and Crime. And next to that is Dope for LFO. Oh, I'm sorry, no, that's the Dope for Wasp filter right there. Above that, Z3000 from Tip Top Audio, AMS, a toner, an Ataraxic Translatron from, there it is, from Noise Engineering, Barton CV spreader, a Malt from Pittsburgh Modular, and then an LFO from Doper and a Doper. No, actually, that is LB. It's an LB noise generator and sample and hold. Above that, I've got the Pico DSP right there. Barton Instruments, Bastel, I'm sorry. A Bastel mixer. Another Laurentide Vactral gate, another Malt, and then I've got Dope for clock divider, Mutable Instruments Peaks for drums, also the ROM Play D333 from Laddick for drum samples. Next to that is the another Tip Top Audio 1 sampler, just the regular edition, and then Ericsson's Pico drums. Next to the Circadian Rhythm. Woo, boy, there's a lot. Then up there is Microphonies. It's a Synthrotech and music. Oh man, I forgot. Anyway, Dave Smith, his second module, which was like a distortion unit, the character module, and next to that is a Roland Scooper, then the Make Noise Teleplexer, and a mixer from what are they called? Boy, yeah, I should have had this scripted out. I guess there's some people watching. I think I've got like one or two people up here watching. Anyway, so I've got some stuff. Sorry for spacing on the mixer brand right there. Let's see if I can see it up close. oh man, what are they called? Studio Electronics. It's Studio Electronics. So we're gonna get this going. It's gonna be a while. I'll be on here for a little bit, so you know, go grab a drink or something, sit down and watch and enjoy while I figure out what I want to do. And I'll talk you through everything I'm doing, so you'll see what I'm going on. So here on the live forums, I'm going to send the gate out. I'm going to send one of the gates out up here to the ADSR. So I like to kind of color code what I'm doing, so I think all my gates are going to be white today. So white cable, gate out to the gate in of the ADSR, that way. And what that does, when I touch the keys, it holds it for however long I have, you know, the release or the decay, and I can adjust the envelopes that way. So it's an envelope generator, which is really nice. I really like this one. And it's Blue Lantern. Okay, so that's going to there. So that gate's going there. My second gate, let's see. I don't have any mults in the bottom one, do I? Oh yeah, I do, right there, but that's kind of far. Oh, I got it. I'll use the mult on the mode for this gate signal. Alright, so I'm going to send from that mult. What's cool, it has a multiple, so it multiplies that signal. So if I plug the gate into there, into that mult, I can take two other copies of that signal out to other places, and that's exactly what I want to do for my VCA. Now the VCA, it's an amplifier. It turns on and off to wherever you have the what do you call it? Whatever it opens a gate kind of. It turns on the amp. It opens the amp up so that you can hear what's going through. It'll be dead silent until that signal goes through, and but you have to send another signal through there and send outward to the mixer. So I'll work on that here in a second. Let's see. So that's the gates. I've got my gates for that set up. Now envelopes. I'm going to send envelopes out, and I'll use, just for sake of difference here, for envelopes, I will use pink cables. So I will take out to the ADSR for an envelope. I'm going to put it into the voice tail, into the level of filter 1. I will also take that and put it to the gate of the Mother 32. And then the third one I'll wait till I need it. I'll figure that out. Okay, so just so that we can get some sound so you guys know that I'm not just pulling your legs, that things are going on here. I'm going to use blue cables as the audio routing. So I'm going to take from the VCA out, the voltage controlled amplifier out of the Mother 32. I'm going to take that and put that into, I think I just want to put it straight into, let me find one of the shorter cables. Do I have anything shorter than this? Not super short, but not super long. I guess I'm kind of OCD about this, so let's see. Okay, so you take this cable, the VCA out into channel 1. That'll be my first channel, and I should get, ooh, there's some sound. Let's see where we at. Okay, now notice the notes aren't changing. And that's because I don't have any CV going out. So I should set up CV now, control voltage, and I will use this green color for control voltage. So I'm going to take the CV out, put that, the CV1 out, and put that into the CV 1 volt per octave into the Moog. So now you. Huh, what's going on here? Something is going on. Oh, it's in duo mode. How did I get into duo mode? I don't want duo mode. So I have to figure out how to get the synth out of duo mode. I think it's this. There we go. Alright, so we've got that going on. Now, I'm going to run the other CV out, which I said green, we're going to use green. Send that CV out to this mult up here. And I should use a buffered mult for that. A buffered mult is a powered mult, and it boosts the signal a little bit so that you don't lose signal, which you tend to do with the regular mult. Because it's basically just a bunch of jacks put together. So let's see here. Something decent length, but not too long. I think this one will be good. So I'm going to send that out to the 1 volt per octave in of the Z3000. You can see the numbers are changing up here for the keys I'm playing. I wonder if that's in focus at all. I guess it's not. Let me zoom a little bit. Maybe. Alright. So then I'm going to take another one of those signals out and go to the pitch in of the ataraxic translatron. I'm going to take audio. I'm going to take the sawtooth sound out of the Z3000 and put it in channel 3 on the mixer. Okay, so notice that it's just a constant it's just a constant signal. It's because there's no gate or no VCA attached to it. So I'm going to run a yellow. Nah, I think I'll run just another green out of the saw out into the VCA signal in, and then I will run a small blue out of that to, you know what? Let's put that back into 3. So now whatever the ADSR is doing. Oh wait, no, that's just gated. You know what? I'm going to send the ADSR instead of the gate to that mult. So now there. Now I have an ADSR going to the mult that's going into the VCA. So it's good. We're getting good stuff. Good stuff. Good talk. Okay. I'm not going to use the atoner for this, I don't think. I will use the ataraxic translatron, and I will need to run that into... I'm going to run that actually into the Vactral gate, because the Vactral gate's kind of neat. So I'm going to take the audio out of the ataraxic translatron, put that to the input of channel 1, the in of the Vactral gate. I'm going to take the Vactral gate signal out of that into the WASP filter. Okay. and then the wasp filter I'll go out to channel 2. Let's do channel 2. Oh, that's not long enough. I need to get some new cables. I'm running low on the mid-size. I've got a lot of short cables and a lot of long cables. I don't have enough mid-size cables, so... Whoops, that's not it. It's still that. Okay. No sound. Should be getting noise out. I'm going to push hold on this so it'll hold the note. I'm getting stuff out of there, getting stuff out of there, not getting anything out of here. Let's see. Level is up. Filter's open. I should be getting sound audio. Oh, you know what? I don't have anything gated into there. Let's take a signal from up here on my drum machine, my drum sequencer. I'm just going to take a signal 8 out, just to be fun. And I'm going to put that to the... There we go. Let's go to 8 on the sequencer. See what we've got. We got that. Yeah, that's why it's doing that. Okay, so there's a little bit of signal going through there. Okay, so we've got some signal going through. We've got some crazy stuff coming out of that. Let's get the vampire going. Let's take the... Where'd that one CV go? Oh, that's going up there. Let's take CV out into the 1 volt per octave in of the vampire. And then take... Oops, that's it right there. I'm going to take this one out, put it into channel 1 of the voice tail. I'm going to take channel 1 of the voice tail out and put that in channel 4 on the mixer. Trying to figure out why I'm still getting some of the signal through. Even though I've got everything else turned down, I'm still getting signal through. It shouldn't be cutting through. I'll come back to that and figure that out later. Man, that should not be there. So I thought this gate going into the level would be enough to chop that out. Oh well. I'll come back and figure that part out. It's gonna bug me until I do. But let's get some drums going because I want to hear some rhythm while I'm talking because I don't want to sound like a high school teacher. No offense to high school teachers out there. I just don't want to sound like. Okay, I'll be specific. I don't want to sound like my professor that put me to sleep. And my friend Tiffany knows exactly who I'm talking about. Let's see. So, what I have up here, I have that Pico drums. So I'm going to put a kick and hopefully a snare sound. I can't test it till we get the thing going. So I have a pattern already going up here. Should be like boom, boom or something. So let's go trigger 1 and then trigger 2. I have them opposite because I like to have some CV control over my snare sound to give it a little bit more of a live feel. I'll throw an LFO to it and it'll raise the pitch a little bit because when you hit a drum, it's not always the exact same sound. At least in my mind, it's not. So I go from there over to that mixer. Yeah, that doesn't. Not long enough. But so there's a lot of preparation and a lot of time that goes into each patch when you do a new patch, and a lot of people don't see this part of the modular synth world. You know, they see the final product, they see the live jams, they see the, you know, once everything's already put together and ready to rock and roll, but you never see the prep that goes into it. You know, and a lot of these guys, you'll see them online. They'll post all their cool live sets, but man. Put that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Let me go up there. All right, I should. Oh. Black. See if I get some sounds now. Alright, that's cool. Out of this. Down there. That's not long enough. A bit longer. And believe me, after this video is done, I will repatch everything the way that I like to have it patched. I'm just doing something live right now. Just this is, again, this is not a regular deal here. This is not a regular what? Okay, so I need to get trigger out of 3, 4. So actually, I think I have it set up on 5. I'll just use some long cables. See if this is right. Okay, so I've got some hi-hat sounds now. Cool. Set up those triggers for those. I can't read any of the apologies if there's anybody trying to say something. clock out of the circadian rhythm sequencer into the mode's tempo in, so that it'll keep in time with what's going on up top. And I'm setting the reset, which resets, so if the loop goes out of sync a little bit, it'll reset back to the start of the sequence. Instead of putting that out of the circadian to the in of the 1132. I've got a lot of things patched in now. Cool thing about this Liveforms KB1 down here, I'm going to take this off the stand for a second. Alright. One of the cool things about this KB1 is that you have these momentary triggers here. You can make them latch, or you can make them gated where they stay open as long as you touch it. And they can go out to whatever you want. So what I want to do is I'm going to send that trigger, this trigger out. I'm going to send to the VCA, and I'm going to take the noise output of the Mother 32 and plug it into the VCA. So I'm going to use this gray cable for that trigger 1, and that's going to go to the VCA. So I'm taking that out. I'm plugging that into here. Whoops, there we go. All right, so then I'm going to take the noise out. And I'll use another gray cable, or I'll use a white cable. I don't care. This is cool. So that's going into the signal in. I'm going to take a short gray cable, plug this into channel 6 on the mixer down here. Don't hear anything yet. Okay, well, that's all fine and dandy. Kind of neat. What I'm going to do next, using some yellow cables, I'm going to take the preset CV. This is a 4-count sequencer here that the knobs, decide what the note's going to be. But I'm going to use that to control the filter on this Curtis filter here, the frequency on the Curtis filter. I'm going to take the output that I just plugged down there. I'm going to plug it actually into the input of the Curtis filter. I'm going to take another short cable out of the filter out, the VCF, voltage controlled filter out, and I'm going to put that back into channel 6. So if you notice, the sounds a little different now. I'm gonna. So I do that, but if I turn there we go. That's me turning the knob down here to control that filter now. And it's gated, so however long I hold that down, it'll do that. This trigger, I'm going to control the throbbing gristle samples that are in the TG1. It's got their little logo and everything. I'm gonna send that out to. I'm gonna send that out to that. Like I said, I'm not the best, I guess, teacher of this stuff. I'm just having fun with it. So taking that to the trigger in. Now you can see it's triggering it. Every time I hit that, it triggers that. So I'm going to send that signal out down here to channel 5. So let's hear what that sounds like. That's cool. That's interesting. It's just one of the samples that Throbbing Gristle has on this. It's another one. I like that they're pitchable. All right. So I'm going to put this back on the stand so I can do this with 2 hands. All right. A little bit closer. There we go. Okay, so you can see. So what I like about the submix is that I could take these first 2 rows of tracks, or you know, those first 2 rows of channels. I can route them out to their as a submix out to something else, which I'm going to do right now. Oops. I'm going to route them into my RT60 effects processor. For that, I will use another yellow cable. Actually, I could use a shorter one. So I'm going to take those 2 channels out, up into, no, I have to use a longer one. See? So anybody out there wants to send me some cool cables that work. All right, and I'll take a blue out of that, and I'll put it down here into channel 7. Take the audio out, put it down here. So you don't hear anything now, but if I turn this channel up, you still don't hear anything. Oh, I turned everything down. So what I did is I added some reverb. So now there's reverb on it. So that's kind of neat. I'm gonna plug you in so you can hear what this sounds like.
So I'm going to record my voice. Random words spoken.
how sometimes I do my modular setup. It's kind of fun. I mean, it's not kind of fun. Oh, crap. I didn't know you couldn't see all the way up there. Oh, man. Well, I was doing some amazing things up top. Shit. I'll have to do that again. Anyway, this is my first live vlog. I don't know. I probably won't keep it. But it was pretty cool to see. And I wanted to try it. So anyway, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to spread the virus. Like, share, subscribe. Comment down below. See ya.